Hi, my tip for student success is to incorporate regular credit, no credit written exercises. I learned about this strategy from two CTLE workshops. One was called Embedding Writing in the Disciplines, and the other was Evaluating Teaching Effectiveness. In my core history classes, I asked for a written exercise in the last 5 minutes of each class day. And then at the beginning of the subsequent class, I briefly discussed the responses. I scanned student answers only and recorded a credit if they drew on the day's materials, the lecture or the discussion. And the 20 exercises represented 10% of the course grade. What I found is that these exercises made everything better. By the end of the term, more students were explaining themselves really well in their essays and showing in-depth knowledge and understanding of the subject. One reason for this is that I relied on the exercises to clue me into which parts of lecture resonated and which parts did not quite land. And then I addressed any confusion in the next class day. I was also able to showcase a particular student's really good work, sometimes a couple of good examples of excellent work, especially if this was in response to a content question or a skill building question. That's when that was especially helpful. And this gave a boost to the student author, and everyone else benefited from having a concrete example. Additionally, I used the writing exercises to jumpstart their paper, help the students jumpstart their paper and experience the benefits of revision. So they spent, one day they spent about 5 minutes midway through class composing very quickly a paragraph of their essay. And then they read the paragraph aloud to a peer. The peer gave them feedback on the quality and the clarity of their point. And the student then submitted an improved version as their written exercise at the end of class. Finally, the exercises provided a very positive back and forth between the students and me. It provided that kind of an outlet and an opening for that. The prompts that worked best for that sort of community building were more open-ended questions, such as, what did you find surprising in today's lecture and discussion? What did you find unsurprising? Or I asked students for their perspective on a debatable historical question. For instance, whether US involvement in Vietnam was a sin, a blunder, or a necessity. I recall in one CTL workshop that the presenter noted there are a multitude of moments in any student's average day when they might feel disconnected from the whole college enterprise, when they can't find a parking spot, for example, or their technology fails, or they have to take care of their kids instead of study, and so on. I learned that the written exercises can repair and reinvigorate a student's relationship to the university by bringing students and professors into a constructive, respectful conversation. So even if you can only integrate this kind of an assignment on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis, it would help to open up the lines of communication, at least that's been my experience, and engender a sense of belonging, both of which are foundations for student success. I hope that this has been helpful.